Bro, you don't know this feeling, because I'm about to tell y'all something that's just unimaginable.
Break it down to me, brother.
Coming up on the Melanin Money Show.
I built a business and I didn't even show my face. I was making $40K a month before I even showed my face. I never sported my shit as black, because black people aren't the only people with money.
Yeah.
I'll acquire a person and I'll turn them up. I'm always making acquisitions. So I run my business like the military and the stock market, which what is the most two powerful things on this earth? The U.S. Army and the U.S. stock market. So a lot of people think other humans are better than them. Right. And that's rule number one. I never thought anyone was better than me.
Yeah.
Give a fuck who you was.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Melanin Money Show. And you can't talk Melanin Money without talking Aristotle Investments. So, man, we appreciate you for coming on the show, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, bro. Man, we damn near had a podcast before the podcast.
Yeah, man. We almost didn't get started as well.
It was all offline game. But nah, man, we appreciate you for coming on, man. It was good to connect with you at the event last night, man. How you feeling, bro? What's good?
Man, I'm feeling good. In fact, man, I tell you the truth, I left inspired from that event.
Really? Nah, man, we appreciate that, bro.
I left inspired because, like, it was being around other successful men, but not only that, they had successful wives. So it's like, it's rarely do I get opportunities to hang around people who are young and successful and married too.
Yeah. And got little ones. You got two kids, right?
Yeah, two.
Yeah, I got a 15-month-old son walking all over the place. But yeah, man, we are excited to tap in with you, man. I've heard a lot of great things about you, seeing what you've been able to do from afar. Mm-hmm. And obviously a lot of people know you for what you've been able to do in the investing and trading space. But beyond that, you built a massive following. You're genius at marketing. Mm-hmm. And we want to dig into that, man, because everybody can actually about the trade. But the blueprint's there. You can just join, Honey Drip, right? Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about your journey, because I mean, for those of you who don't know, I mean, you're a pretty young guy, right? How old are you?
27.
27, and I won't spill the beans, but let's just say he's very successful. He's been able to amass a lot of success in a little bit of time.
Yes.
And so so tell us a little bit about how you became the man that you are now. And I know that's a loaded question, but
I was in the Army. I was a millionaire before I left the Army. I did a 6-year from 2014 to 2020. I got out. I got in right out of high school. I graduated in 2014. Joined the Army in 2014. I think God puts pressure on people to make them diamonds. So it's like everything I went through from teenager, or really as a young man, to all the way up led to where I am now. I've been hustling since I was a kid.
Yeah, my team did the research. He was like emptying your neighbor's trash at like 9 years old for $1 and stuff like that.
I used to take out trash for $1. That was my first business ever.
Wow, that's dope. As
a 9-year-old, I was making $20 a week at 9, but then I was also walking the kid home. So like, I was like, I've always been like I won't say I'm never, nobody can never be the toughest kid on the block. Yeah. But I was just very well known for being, just respected. Always, since I was a 9-year-old by older people.
Yeah.
So, of course they gonna trust. People look for somebody kind of well-rounded, street smart, but also respectful. So a lady was like, I like you, you should. I pay you $10 a week to make sure my son get home safe. Cause we living in the hood.
Right.
Yeah, where'd you grow up at?
This was off Cleveland Ave and Conley Road and all that. So you'll hear it a lot in raps. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I grew up watching, because celebrities used to play baseball together. So all the drug dealers in Atlanta and all the famous rappers would come and do baseball games. So it was very a community thing. Atlanta always been that way. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm from the real Atlanta, like the part that, people don't actually see.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Dope. So what do you feel like inspired your like entrepreneur like itch? I mean, to be like, want to take out trash at 9 and walk kids up, like to even connect the dots that's something you want to do to monetize. We weren't saying monetize back then, but to make money. Where do you think you got the itch from?
Not being too spoiled, but like seeing that there's opportunities to make money. Like my parents weren't like my mom and dad weren't like the poorest, but they also weren't the type to spoil either. So some people don't realize that, like, some people can have parents who got a little something, but they still frugal. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how my parents were.
Got you.
They weren't like, of course we live in the hood, but I had a homie who they had to share a spoon. Wow. Like they had 6 kids, and like we live in the same apartment complex. Yeah. It's 6 of them. One person got to eat, then pass the spoon. Person got to go to the sink and wash it off and pass the spoon. So I always looked at what we had going on with shit. At least I got my own room and my own spoon. Right. It's all relative. So like even though we still poor, I still like with shit.
But it's levels though.
Yeah, it's levels to poor.
At least my cereal ain't getting soggy. You know what I'm saying?
No, them niggas don't got cereal. You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm being honest. Like, you feel me? So I felt hood rich in the hood.
Right.
I still had a PS2. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I had a bicycle.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So, but it was just like, I wanted candy. So I had to hustle for it. Right. I can't just go to my dad every day in the hood. Dad, can I have $1? Can I have $1? Can I have $1? Right. If I want candy every day, I gotta go hustle. So my parents would have cake. Like if I asked my parent once a month for a piece of candy, maybe. But I want that every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's really where the mindset came from. I like to live in abundance every day. Even now, like I still smoke weed and take a glass of champagne, but I do everything in moderation though.
Nah, absolutely, that makes sense. Absolutely. So my question is, after high school, why the Army? What made you make that decision?
Great question.
Yeah.
To be honest, bro, some people say they don't. You know how people be like they don't have a choice. I legit didn't have a choice. Like my mom said, I had to live. For one, we was living on the Army base. My stepfather joined the Army in my 11th grade year of high school. So that was a culture shock because I was living in Atlanta from 0 to 11th grade. And I had 1 year left.
High school, you try to go on prom and shit.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I'm growing up in Atlanta my whole life. And then my 11th grade year, I don't know what happened, but my stepdad joined the Army. He was working at AT&T downtown. My mom also was working at AT&T, but she quit her job when I was in the 9th grade. So everything leads up to a reason why I'm here. My dad got 7 kids. So my dad can't afford to give me anything. So how I'm gonna get Jordans in high school if I don't hustle? You get what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
My mom quit her job. The summer of my 8th grade year. So before I even got to high school, I got to figure out a way how I'm gonna get school clothes.
Right when it matters the most.
Thank you. You get what I'm saying?
High school's like, I gotta. This is it. Like,
or I'm gonna just be a lame kid who ain't invited to no parties. And all that,
if you don't get it right this first
is Atlanta, you can't not fresh to school. You get what I'm saying? Atlanta. Come on now, and then Atlanta is different. It's black excellence here. So I got kids who brothers rap. You know, people in my school, they siblings rappers, NFL players, stuff like that. So you felt pressured to have something in Atlanta.
That's crazy.
And then knowing my circumstances, my mom or my dad don't have a job. You get what I'm saying? And my stepfather, I don't explain that, but you know how that goes. If you're not his kid, you know how that, shit goes. His wealth ain't for you.
You ain't about to be begging no.
You get what I'm saying? And then I can't just. And when I was living in the hood, I was living with my dad. My mom gave my dad a chance to raise me. So my dad, that's why me and my dad so close to this day, because of that time period. So that's why I had to hustle too, because my mom all the way in South Carolina. I'm alone here with my dad. My dad sell drugs for a living and do construction on the side. You know, he got a job. He sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a full-time drug dealer. So
that's real.
And my dad cut my hair. So when I got in the Army, I was a barber. I'm pretty sure you did your research on that.
Saw that.
So everything, that's why I said everything that made me who I am.
It's all kind of like
lined up because my dad cut my hair. So that gave me the ability to think, oh, well, I could cut my hair. You get what I'm saying? And then because my parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to hustle. So I joined the Army because my mom said I had to leave at 18 years old.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think. My stepdad was like, at that time, I don't even think he was a sergeant yet in the Army. So the income is only like $4,000 a month, and it's 3 kids. You get what I'm saying?
That's before taxes.
And my mom don't have a job, but my mom sold cupcakes on the side. So my mom's always been an entrepreneur.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my mom made $17,000 last month off photography.
Wow.
Oh, photography?
My mom don't play. She picked that skill up 2 years ago.
Wow, that's dope. Shout out to moms.
3 years ago, yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah.
That's what's up. And one of the things we talked about offline too is just like you said, being amongst, other family men, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you achieve success very early. And so for a lot of people in their early to mid 20s, running up a bag the way you did, like they live in a completely different. They would be living a completely different life, right? My question to you is like, what role do you feel like family played in, like, having a wife early, having kids early, played in your success? Like, what role do you feel like that played into that, or what even made you make that decision that early?
It was everything, bro. Like, for one, I hit it off with her at a young age. Like, I would say this: when my mom got married to my stepfather, it kind of put a barrier between us. So I was looking for love from a woman.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying? So,
bro.
Yeah, like, so when she came in my life, you gotta think, I joined the Army at 18. And my mom quit her job and decided to be a housewife to my stepfather.
Got you.
So I felt like I lost.
Okay, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as soon as I'm 18, I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? A woman to like, cause I always been kind of like reserved, cause we never lived in the same house or anywhere for more than 3 years. So we moved a lot. You get what I'm saying? Even before the military made it even worse.
Even worse.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we was already like that in Atlanta.
Right.
So I'm always used to being a new kid somewhere. I'm always, so that's why that's how I know how to talk to people so well.
Because
I always got to
New environments, got to meet new people. Yeah.
Thank you.
Break
And
the
then you
ice,
got to think, I went to an all-black high school my whole life, and then my senior year of high school, I go to an all-white high school. You don't understand. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I done went through shocks early in life.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like if I didn't move to Kansas for that year, you get what I'm saying? But yeah, like just being a married man and all that, I would say like we hit it off, and it was just me and her in Savannah. We started dating we tried to date at 18. And then I met her when I was 19 years old. She was 18. I met her in the mall in Savannah. I was in the military, and she was a freshman in college.
Gotcha.
So I had a car. I had my, I had shit. I was a barber on the side. I had a car. I wasn't like, poor or anything because I was in the Army.
Right.
So that didn't work out. We tried dating for 2 months when we was young, and then we doubled back in our early 20s. So I was like 21 and she was 20, but we still was born the same year. She was born in 96 as well. Okay. So we the same age pretty much. And she was very hard working. So to my point was, because she was hard working, it rubbed off on me. She was valedictorian in her high school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she's a smart girl.
Yeah.
Right.
You get what I mean? Yeah. And them valedictorians, that means they got to have some type of work ethic.
Yeah.
So
to be the best in your class. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that rubbed off on me.
Right.
Gotcha. So I didn't know that this was a formula of that though. I didn't know that having an ambitious woman will rub off on you as a man. Cause think about it. Like she gets up early. So what's my excuse as a man not to get up early?
Right.
Yeah,
she does all her schoolwork first. So why aren't I studying something while she's over there studying?
Right.
Why should I be playing the PS2? I mean, well, the PS4 was out at the time. Why am I on the PS4 and my girl over here doing work? I want to show her, look, I know how to be smart too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So she was in college while I'm dating her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I started my business while my wife was in college.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it all worked out because she took computer classes in college.
Okay.
And she took web design. So I wouldn't have had no website if my wife didn't take that web design class. She made my website.
Everything is in alignment.
You get what I'm saying? She made, and then she also had like a PowerPoint spreadsheet class that she took in college. So before, she would manage my customers based on what she learned in college.
Yeah,
got you.
You get what I'm saying? So it helped having a smart girl who knew how to do PowerPoint spreadsheets, and then but it also taught me this. If she can learn all that and she's willing to learn that, she can go learn the taxes. So my wife learned taxes. She does, well, she doesn't do, she just sends my stuff to the CPA, organize it for the CPA to do it. You get what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? How about you apply all this schoolwork shit to my business? You get what I'm saying?
We were just talking about that yesterday.
Yeah. Like so, yeah, I'm like, cause I said, for one, it's gonna be cheaper and everything. Yeah, like, it's just all of that played a role into, like, for instance, I didn't realize the only reason I was able to get so wealthy too was because I had a wife. Let me explain why. I started my business, just me doing a business at first. And when I scaled it to about 30K a month, that's when I brought her on to it. So this is why I say it helped, because when I get home, usually when I used to get home when I was just a single man, I might gotta clean a little bit. I might gotta make sure I eat. That's gonna take time. So because the Army took so much of my time, they take 12 hours of your day, half your day. When you get home, if you focused on if you gotta cook, clean, everything, that's time away. That could take 3 hours of it, man. Cause you know, we take longer to cook and clean than they do. You get what I'm saying? And we gotta play, you know, video games, all that shit. When I get home, my meal ready, my house is clean. So all I gotta do is just dive straight into that computer.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Nah, it makes so much sense.
So for me, it seems like you are. I know you're a self-learner. Everything you knew was self-taught, from cutting hair, military, all that, investing. How did you become such a good self-learner, and what advice can you give people? Because I'm a firm believer in today, there's no excuse not to learn, not to know anything. Anything that you want to learn, you can go learn it right now. I think people just don't feel like they have that capability. So how did you become such a good self-learner, and what advice do you have for people at home trying to develop a new skill that feel like they can't?
For one, believing that you're no different from any human being. Like, you gotta look at every human being and say, they have 2 eyes, I have 2 eyes. They have a nose, I have a nose. They have a brain, I have a brain. So a lot of people think other humans are better than them. And that's rule number one. I never thought anyone was better than me. Give a fuck who you was. When Michael Jordan was lit, whoever, when Kobe, I still thought I was the man too. So that's rule number one. You gotta have self-love and self-confidence and self-belief. You don't have that, then it's already, you don't even have the confidence that you will learn that. So because I believe I can do anything, I believe I can learn anything. So it was the barbering that taught, believe it or not, barbering taught me this. And believe it or not, I used the barbering and I applied that to my business. So when I got in AIT in the Army, I was a barber, but I didn't know how to cut hair. But I used to cut my own hair in high school, but I didn't cut other people's hair.
It's different,
right?
So it's that pressure. Like, you put that line in, bro.
I was already giving niggas lineups with the razor in basic training. So we get to AIT, you gotta think we just came from basic training, so everybody got fresh bald heads. You get what I'm saying? So hear me out. This is why I was able to become a barber and a successful barber, was because at the time when you in AIT, dudes want to save time. We only get 2 days off, and that's Saturday and Sunday, right? So we working, and even then, I don't even think it's that long, because we still got to do all this other stuff and come to formations and so much stuff. So it's still like you at work, but you're not at work. So dudes want to save time. Sitting in that barber chair it might take you 2 hours to get your hair cut. And those 2 hours, we desperately need that, because we just spent 9 weeks with no phone, no nothing.
You need all that free time.
So dudes feel like, I'd rather stay here in the barracks. So the barracks is just a big ass hotel. You get what I'm saying? Of just Army men. It's 100 of us in this one building. More, sometimes more. It's probably 300 of us in one building. So these 300 men know it's gonna be competition at that barbershop. It might take you a a minute.
Yeah.
So they like, fuck that. I just need this quick.
Yeah.
So I could go play my video game, do whatever. So I quickly had a clientele off that.
Yeah.
So because they already had bald heads, anything better than that at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like anything was better than that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about, bro, if you gave a nigga just some line, niggas was impressed, bro. Like niggas like, hey, where you get that line from? Where you go? You feel me? I just give a nigga something. Like niggas just want something at that time. Like we crazy.
I'm leaving with something.
Imagine you seeing yourself bald for 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Nigga, anything better than that. Or 7 weeks in basic training.
That's a fact.
A 7 weeks of a bald head, you like, bro, just please.
Give me something.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm just giving niggas something. But I'm learning at the time. You get what I'm saying? So real talk. Yeah, real nigga shit, bro.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, so like it's like God was good. It's like you be thinking shit. You be thinking you cursed, but whole time you be blessed. So I'm thinking I'm cursed, bro. I'm like, man, why I gotta join the army while everybody else go to college? Why I gotta have parents who don't have money?
Right.
Whole time I didn't realize all that shit was a blessing. If my parents would have spoiled me, I wouldn't have to drive to hustle.
Facts.
I always hustle, bro.
What's your situation?
Yeah, man. That made me who I am today.
Yeah, man. I can literally just see the breadcrumbs of like how everything like lined up to where you are right now. So there's no shortage of content on the internet right now about your success as an investor, as a trader, right? You have a phenomenal community that you built. So we won't get into specifics of like how you invest. What I'm more interested in is how you built your brand and a thriving community around investing, because there's so many people out there, they didn't last, right? The people like pandemic came, people ran it up, had their communities, their discords, but they're not really still around, right? Exactly. But you created, beyond creating or talking about trading and investing, you created a community, a thriving community. I want to talk a little bit about that. How'd you build that? It's one thing to sell like a one-time product, right? But
it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I know the world. The Army taught me how to build a successful community.
Let's talk about that, man. Because how many people you got in your community in the Honey Drip?
27,000.
27,000, and they're all like monthly recurring people.
But a third of them like a fourth of them are subscribers.
Okay,
so probably like 10,000 subscribers.
Got it,
bro. That's 10,000.
10,000 subscribers. And what's your community membership like price point?
125 and 200 and 250.
Yep.
So I don't have a cheap.
Let's talk about that.
What?
Let's get into
the sauce there. Right,
let's get into that. How'd you build that?
Results, staying at it every day. I never took a break from it.
Okay.
Meaning like I just started recently, like even then I don't take breaks.
Yeah.
But I just started recently like taking like time for myself. I put my everything into that community.
Gotcha.
All my attention, everything I could. Secrets such as getting the right guys in. See, here's another thing. The Army taught me how to lead men. So a lot of people, the reason why they can't build a community is because they don't realize that you're actually a war general. And they're trying to follow you through war. So I led my shit like I'm a general, not like a influencer.
Gotcha.
I applied military instinct.
Gotcha.
So I know things that most people don't know because I experienced something they didn't. So the military is nothing but psychologically making a lot of men think one way. So they put us through basic training. So I'm gonna put you through basic training. Then they put you through AIT, that's my live trading. Now you come watch me. So I said, I got to see, one dude told me yesterday, he said, it's a lot of people who got the front end. They know how to advertise, they know how to market, but they back end, they product is ass. That was you, right? Yeah, that was you. Yeah. And then, I was high and drunk at the party. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, but you know how you pick up some shit. Yeah. And then he was like, but you got the front end and the back end. I focused a lot on the back end.
Gotcha.
But also leadership, your employees matter. So I chose the right employees, but I did something most black men were afraid to do at that time: work with other races. I diversified my product. So now I'm not just a black investor. I knew that diversification was needed in my business. Mm-hmm. So that was also a secret thing that I never shared.
Gotcha.
I got an Indian guy, got a white guy, I got an African guy, I got me. Mm-hmm. But I'm a real nigga though. Yeah. I'm not a square.
Right.
So the niggas gonna fuck with me regardless.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But all money is good money.
Yeah.
So if everybody in your brand is black, then you just lost a whole customer base.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody, so if you don't have, so I chose a great Indian investor, a great white investor, great, you know what I'm saying, a black investor,
right?
Hispanic. I got everybody working for me,
right?
So that way, everybody will want to come in and say, we're a trading community. This is for everybody,
and they can identify. If I'm Indian, I can identify with the Indian guy. If I'm white, I can identify with the white guy.
You know how many of them said, like, bro, because you diversified, it made me feel comfortable buying from you. So that's another secret. That's another gem. Another gem is I'm not just rich off black people.
Yeah.
Actually, black people make up about 40%
of the Honey Drip community.
It's the biggest. It's the largest.
Yeah.
But the other 60%.
That's 60% of money that you didn't miss out on.
Exactly. The other 60% are everything else. Asian, black, I don't even know. It's like Polynesian. Yeah. They everywhere, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they fuck with me because they always want to fuck with us.
Yeah.
But then they want to see if you fucking with them too.
Yeah.
So I show everybody I'm fucking with y'all too.
Yeah.
I got everybody and I'm spreading the wealth.
Yeah.
So I made it because guess what? The Army is diversified.
That's true.
So I learned that.
Bro,
I was like,
the Army really sets you up, bro. Like the lessons
Shout
you took from the Army, bro. That's crazy.
Because the Army is a diversified business. You know, like anybody can join, black, white, Indian. So everybody feels like family. So I was like, I got to run my shit like the Army. The Army is a diversified business. So I can't just say this is black owned. I never sported my shit as black.
Right.
Because black people aren't the only people with money.
Yeah.
So that's another secret sauce. So people like, why are you so lit? It's because I get world buyers. You get what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of white men, a lot of people don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, diversify your brand because it will make you world money. Does Apple say, hey, I'm just gonna sell this to black people?
Nope.
I'm just gonna sell it. So I'm taking and the stock market, it taught me how to run my business too. So because I got to pay attention to companies, their profits, their quarterly profits. I look at their balance sheets.
Yep.
I look at, oh yeah, we got an investor, so you know what's going on. I'm looking at your PE ratio. I'm looking at your margins.
Right.
How much net, how much you gross, the revenue you gross, how much you actually took home after everything.
Cash on hand.
Cash.
Is the business
free
consistently growing year over year?
Year over year. Boom. Year over year profits. Cash flow.
Yep.
I need to see if you are cash flow positive.
Yep.
Because without cash flow, so you get what I'm saying? So I run my business like the stock market.
I tell people all the time, like that's one of the best things that I did for my business, like looking at publicly traded companies, right, at the biggest level, seeing how they run their business, and then being able to see the trends and like, okay, that's why they fail.
They're always acquiring.
Right. Always acquiring.
So I did that with my business. I'll acquire a person and I'll turn them up. You get what I'm saying? So I'm always making acquisitions.
That's good.
You get what I'm saying?
Good.
So
good.
I run my business like the military and the stock market, which is the most. What is the most two powerful things on this earth? The U.S. Army and the U.S. stock market.
Because we can't even run our country if we don't have that military force.
Exactly.
Right. And the stock market is
So I'm taking their tactics and I'm applying it. And if people don't know, slavery was the first product.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like they traded humans based on their abilities, and then they also learned how to manage humans.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they had practice from slavery on, okay, we got 400 years of data saying if you do this to a man, he'll react this way. If you do this, if you take his kids away from him, he'll react this way. If you beat him in front of his family, it'll humble him. You get what I'm saying? So I'm learning all the tactics. So it's all about human psychology. So some people say you need to tap into people's emotions. That's cool. But I wanted to build my brand off like real recognized real. If you a real person, you gonna fuck with my brand.
Facts.
If you fake, you gonna cause you know how it go. Like they just don't understand.
Hey, aren't you tired of buying courses in those emotional states when you want to get a result, but then you actually don't do anything with the course? Do you know on average, the completion rate for a course is about 2%? But here's the thing, it's not entirely your fault. The problem is you buy the course, but you don't have access to the source who actually created it.
See, that's why we're doing something different. With the Melanin Millionaire Club, you're not just gonna get access to courses, you'll get access to the people who created it so you can get your questions answered. Because it's not just about learning, it's about taking that information so you can start earning. So the Melanin Millionaire Club is gonna give you access to courses, but not just that, it's an entire university of information. We have financial flicks, we have hundreds of previous recordings, but more than that, y'all, we have an amazing community of people just like you who are trying to become a first generation millionaire. So like GA said, like you can survive without community, but you can't thrive without community. So this is the place you need to be, right?
100%, because here's the thing. If it was just about information, we'd all be billionaires with six packs. So that's why every single Monday, we're gonna set the tone for your week with Melanin Millionaire Mondays, where our entire community is gonna meet up. The energy is gonna be high. We're gonna set the intention for what we're gonna execute on so we can move the needle forward, and Carter and I and the rest of our team can keep you accountable.
So that's enough information. You see the rest in the club. All you gotta do, click the link below, sign up, and start your journey to your first millionaire year. Let's get it.
Let's go.
So I wanted all the real around, because I felt like there's still a population. It's called, you remember when Trump was running, they called him a silent majority.
Yeah.
I knew there was a silent majority, and I knew what they wanted, and I supplied it to them. See, everybody like to market to the open,
the obvious,
stupid. Obvious.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the real.
Nah, that's
and I market to them. I know what they want. I know how they think. All that.
Well, let's get into that a little bit, because we talked about how you built a community and how you understood how to do that. Where did the marketing genius come from, right? Because barbering.
I had to figure out how to get clientele from barbering.
Okay.
So how I grew my clientele from barbering, I was in the military, and when I got out of AIT, I had to get stationed somewhere else. I got a clientele of 0.
Gotcha.
So how the hell do I build that up again?
Right.
So I'm always quick on my toes. I see these Facebook yard sale pages, these local yard sale. I don't know if y'all ever seen those before.
Yeah.
Wherever you live, you can go to the local yard sale pages. I start posting my pictures of my haircuts, my best haircuts from AIT. And saying, hey, I'm new in town, book me, it's only $10. I even raised my price. It was $5 at AIT. Now it's 10 when I moved
I gotta start new. Why not? You know what I'm saying? They don't know the old price.
Right. So I go $10. Then I go, 15 for the pull up. I only needed $5 for gas. Right. So boom. Gone. I'm talking about, like, I did that a few times. Now I got then it got to a point I had to slow down on the advertising. Because you can only cut so many heads a day. So I'm talking about like a clientele to the point where it's infinite, and then word of mouth. So I'm like, okay, how do I put out this message to people? So I'm gonna tell you, I always tell people the truth, since we just being transparent. It was this bot that came out. It don't exist no more. What it would do, it would unfollow and follow.
I remember that.
5,000 people a day. But you can't do that today. But this was back in early 2018. So I set up this bot that, like, if you commented under an investment page, it'll follow you. So I'm only getting people who's interested in investing.
Right. And because your content is actually good, they want to stay.
Boom.
Right. That's the part people forget.
You can get that part.
Use all the tactics and strategies.
You can get them to your page.
But you gotta look presentable. So don't get me wrong. I'm posting that good content. People didn't even know I was black, because I was posting meme type content first. So if you scroll all the way down, it's gonna take you a while.
But you're
gonna see it's all meme content that I made straight from Canva from my phone while I'm in the Army. I literally used to, but it used to take me an hour and a half to make each of them 2 hours. So I got a trade in the morning, then all night I'm making meme contents, right? And then I got this bot running this thing for me. So my first, like, 8,000 followers, my first fan base was straight all people who was interested in investing. So that's all you need. It's just that core following,
and then your engagement from every post gonna be good, because they that's what they care about.
But you gotta think, The reason my engagement is so good too is because I actually have an organic fan base. I never ever bought followers.
Yeah.
Because it'll fuck up your analytics when you do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it looks good, but then
When you post.
when you post and people see that you only get this amount of
likes and comments, they're like,
whoa.
okay.
Yeah. So I never wanted my page to look like that.
Yeah.
So I went all organic. So everybody on there has been to some point journey of my life, and I made sure that you see the realness in everything. Like, but that content, when they come to my shit, they see raw.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know I was black at first. That's another secret too. I built a business and I didn't even show my face. I made my first I was making $40K a month before I even showed my face.
$40K a month. You still in the Army doing this?
Yes.
Okay, making $40K a month, not showing your face,
This
strictly on
was in
social media.
2019 before the pandemic even happened.
It's crazy.
I was making before the pandemic even happened, I was making $200K a month.
Okay, so you see, and that's what I think. That's what I really respect about you, because like, and no disrespect to the pandemicpreneurs, right?
Right.
But you were running a business before this, so the pandemic.
2 years before.
2 years before, so the pandemic.
Well, 3 years, my fault. 3
Yeah,
years before.
when the pandemic came, you already had a base,
Boom.
and now everybody's on their phone now. So
Yeah.
he just took you to a whole nother level because now everybody's on Instagram all day.
Imagine being a millionaire prior to the pandemic.
Yeah.
Preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
Dog. Oh my God. But here's the thing though. You know how I keep saying the shit you think was a curse was a blessing? Bro, imagine, bro, you don't know this feeling, because I'm about to tell y'all something that's just unimaginable.
Break it down to me, brother.
2020, I got out the Army March 20 of 2020. That's when I got out the Army. What's up?
No,
That's 7 days before the pandemic
I'm literally
happened, right?
thinking
Thank you. I'm talking
that's
about
crazy.
Bro, listen to me. This is crazy.
And
while I'm out processing, this is the beginning of the panic of the pandemic.
So you think you're about to go into the free world?
Yes. So I'm like, I'm already telling niggas, well, everybody know I'm a millionaire. I'm famous in the Army.
Yeah.
But you know how somebody's locally famous?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, from high ranking dudes, no matter what they had on their chest, they respected. This boy got the 2019 Camaro in 2019, and he got 100K worth of cars.
Yeah.
And we know they know my Instagram and everything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everywhere I go, the generals, the this, the that, the birds, the colonels, everybody.
You're making more money than everybody on this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm known for it, but I'm the first. But we had so many drug heists. We're known for people becoming millionaires. Like Army dudes was selling like real cocaine. Wow. Like that's how they was getting rich back in the day. They all got busted.
Gotcha.
But we had so many, or they was sex trafficking.
Oh shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like that's how dudes just did so much illegal shit in the Army to where when there was finally a guy who did something legit, nobody ever seen somebody get rich legitly.
Yeah.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was a pioneer. Then I wrote books. So everybody, all the military people bought my book. So the military was the biggest advertisement too, because they got civilian family.
Yeah.
So now they civilian family seeing, oh, this the guy teaching them investing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I wrote 2 books while I was in the Army.
Okay.
Them motherfuckers sold.
Yeah.
Talking about like, I think about it, when you the only guy who has a investment book out and is new, is not on. I was the first one to write a PDF book about investment, like in the community of this shit. Option trader. I'm literally like the soldier boy of this shit, like no joke.
Yeah.
But you can tell because of how natural it is.
Yeah.
You can tell somebody's copying or when it's natural.
Right.
When I don't have to look at nobody. That's how good I am. I don't have to get no ideas from nobody in order for me to be successful.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's how you know if you're good or not.
Good or not.
If you can literally fall off the face of the earth and still make money, I can do that. I do it now.
Facts.
I don't have to. I don't scroll on social media at all.
Facts.
And still make money. Some people gotta literally be like, "What he doing?
Yeah.
What he doing?"
Right.
Then that's how they make money. You get what I'm saying? Me,
right.
Baby, this is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do. This what it's different.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, but take me back to March 20th. So you about to get out the Army. You think you about to go into the free world. Pandemic happens.
It was so depressing. You become a millionaire. You dreamed of this life. You think you about to go on vacation. You think you about to go here. You think you about to go everywhere in the world. And then the pandemic happened. So now we on lockdown. Oh, you about to hear some crazy shit. So I get out of my apartment. We were living in Savannah, Georgia. My son is only 6 months.
Okay.
So I gotta get out the Army.
Yeah.
So I gotta pay to get that. So I say, hey, we gonna move to Atlanta. So I moved my wife but I still had an apartment down there. I said, when we find a house, we good. So I get all my shit from, I actually pay some movers to move my shit to a storage unit in Riverdale, Georgia. And then I didn't want to stay with any family because I'm already a millionaire, and then I got a wife and kids, and I just want a certain standard of living. And then I don't want my baby crying in somebody else's house. So I'm spending $200 a day at a hotel. I was staying at the 12 downtown Atlanta for 3 months. I stayed at the 12 downtown Atlanta during the pandemic. They didn't even want to let me in because the pandemic just started.
Wow.
So I was like, please, like I ain't got nowhere else to go. Like you know what I'm saying? Luckily my auntie worked for a hotel, so I was able to get her employee discount. So it would have been $400 a day. But it ended up, so I ended up getting a nice room. I'm talking about 5-star room, don't get me wrong.
But they still doing like room service and stuff like that?
All that shit. I get my room clean every day.
You straight. You straight.
But I'm in Atlanta looking for houses at this time, so that's stressful because I'm a millionaire, but we're newly millionaires, right? Man, but if God didn't sit me down for those months, I would have probably went crazy, spent a lot of money, wouldn't be able to be where I am now. The pandemic actually saved me. The whole 2020, because we couldn't go nowhere.
Couldn't go spend money.
And because I'm looking for a house. I didn't, so I got to Atlanta in March 20 of 2020, right?
Yep.
I bought my house the first week of July. It took me 4 months to buy that house.
Gotcha.
So you got to think. But at this time, I'm making a lot. I'm making $200, $300 a month. Because then the pandemic happened. So
and
here's the thing: I'm before my time. I had already had a course. We already filmed and produced the course before the pandemic happened, and we dropped the course literally May 1st, 2020. So I had the first. So I had a live trading course, the same one I'm doing now, the same business model.
Because not many people, if any, had, like, definitely not then, had a live because they couldn't do it because they were just packaging up other people's information.
So we was doing it with Zoom.
Yeah.
So now this course, it was sold for $330 at that time when it first opened. I'm selling out 400, 500 slots a month. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every month though.
Every month
to month.
Yeah.
Right.
So pandemic happened. Going crazy. But I'm one of the few people who I know actually making more than they made in 2020.
Right, currently today.
Yes.
Right.
I still make more than I did then.
Right. It's not many of us.
But I developed better systems.
Right.
Even though I don't have here's the thing, I do have systems. They're just not the generic systems everybody else uses. Everybody has the click funnels, the back end sales, the this, the that.
Sales,
I just got different shit.
Yeah.
So I do have a system. It's just not standard.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? It's very how I do it, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. But again, that goes back to what he said in the beginning, like self-taught, right? Not just doing cookie cutter stuff out the box. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. Man. Yeah. That's some insight for you, bro. One thing that I was thinking about when we knew we were going to interview you is we've been seeing a lot right now around like people scamming and you know that community and all that kind of jazz. So like, what are your thoughts on the current state of just like the financial literacy, you know, entrepreneurship space?
I predicted this, but I don't say things out loud. I just tell them to my wife. I said, baby, this is when the end of 22. I said 2023. It's about to go down. I said, the realness. Here's the people who are going to get outlasted: the grifters and the people who aren't real, and the people who don't build communities. Courses are not enough.
Right.
The reason why courses worked was because it was 2020. People were sitting at home. Everybody was not very popular at the time. So if you just seen anybody with an ounce of popularity, people bandwagon the beginning of your journey. People were bandwagoning the beginning of your journey, but to make them stay, You have to keep offering them value.
Right.
And you can't just sell lifestyle no more.
Right.
So I was like, okay, lifestyle. I told her 2023, lifestyle won't even work no more. They don't care about your Lamborghini.
Right.
They don't care about none of that shit.
Facts.
They care straight up about what am I getting?
Right.
So I knew people who, and if you were just a scammer and thought, and you had all that ego and thought nobody was going to expose you, this would never get out.
Right.
These people too small, all that. Everybody always had that thought. But see, that only works with relationships. That don't work with business.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, nigga, when you fuck with somebody money, they gonna try to get that shit out there. Especially if they petty and they know they ain't got nothing to lose.
Right. These people ain't got nothing to lose.
They don't got nothing to lose for destroying you.
Yeah.
So I always told my wife, no, like for instance, somebody tried to make an app for me, right? And the app was halfway finished. And he said, just put it out. I told him, I looked him in his eyes and I said, I'm not a scammer.
Right. Facts.
I am not about to give somebody a half-ass app, charge them for something.
Right.
To this day, I said, look, I don't even care if you ever get that app working. For you even asking me to scam, we can't do business.
Right.
Because I don't do that. I don't play that.
Right.
Because this is the truth, bro. People don't realize when you doing business, you can't look at, everybody has a very short-term trajectory,
short-term money grab.
I just want some money real quick. I just want some money real quick, and I do anything for. I do anything for. I fuck anybody over. I do anything. I fuck anybody over for this quick. So I get this Louis bag. So I get this vacation. So I can take these pictures.
Mode.
Survival mode. But people gotta realize you should look at the long term, because if you do it long term, it'll get short. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
If you think long term, you're going to make money in the short term. But if you think short term and you rise too fast, it's only fall from there.
Yeah, the hockey stick growth, they go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
See, my business only did this. Slow growth. Slow growth. It never did this. And that's what people don't get. It seems fast.
Because they're just looking from the outside looking in.
Yeah, but if from my perspective, all you see is this. I showed you that graph. Did you not see that hill? Y'all saw that hill?
Right.
That's slow growth. But was it that though?
Nah,
it was that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's over a course of 3 years. You see, I don't allow myself to fall.
Yeah. It's like,
it's like
the S&P 500.
Right. Yeah,
keep
like
that
you get what
joint
I'm saying? Yeah, motherfucker, keep going.
Facts.
You feel me? And so no scamming whatsoever. Give people, if you fuck somebody over, refund.
We just talked about that.
Refund. Don't. Cause you don't know who these people are when you play like that. You fuck somebody over. If you were right, you were right. If you were wrong, you were wrong.
And
simple.
Speaking of which, other thing I was telling him about, like in the space is weird. Is like people forget, like it's real people out here in real life, and you posting screenshots and you owe people money and you just a walking lick. Like people think it's like it's sweet out here, like posting like revenue screenshot Stripe, like that's cool.
I would never.
I think that's corny, bro.
Yeah, me neither. That's what I told him. I was like, that's.
I thought I was the only one who thought that was corny.
I think that's
what
corny.
you're making.
That's corny
from them.
Right. Bro, that's
stupid.
I'm from the South Side of Chicago. Right. You would get.
And that's what I was telling him. I was just like, I was like, that was my signal when I knew shit was about to hit the fan. I'm just like, people.
You gonna show people who buying from you the money you making off them buying from you. Now, if you showing your investment screen, that's money you making from the stock market.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I show my investment screen. Why the fuck would I show my business screen? So you can make people envious
of the products they buying from you, right? And if you really smart, which I told them too, I was like, people selling like, I'll build you an Amazon store, or I'll build you a Shopify store. But here's the thing, but you showing me a Stripe backend. Since when did Amazon have a Stripe backend?
That too.
Since when did Shopify have a Stripe backend? Like, come on, man. Anybody would have
who
a brain.
shows profits of their business are super egotistical and they just want people to, they want other entrepreneurs to, that's where it's coming from. It's not for the fans. It's for
other entrepreneurs.
For other entrepreneurs.
You're going to try to flex in front of other entrepreneurs by fucking losing money from your clients because they don't want to. I don't want to give them another $1,000. He already making $100,000.
I showed y'all some money, and you will never see that. If I posted that screenshot, that would fuck the whole entrepreneurship community up. Like, what are we doing wrong?
Fuck
that. I'm not.
You would flex on everybody, but then your customer base would be like, bro, we really making him off.
Was it worth it? You know what I'm saying?
Worth that? Yeah. Like if you want to flex on them, show them that in person.
Right.
if these are people you targeting,
right,
do that in person.
Yeah. Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Or there's different ways of flex, right? Flexing for me is I can take my family on vacation in the middle of the week. I don't got to answer nobody. Like people, if anybody, the right people you want to attract, that's what they want to see. They don't want to see the screenshots. They want to see how are you able to live your life on your own terms.
That's why I will show people the investing account because they want to see that. They want to see.
That's social proof that you're good at what you do.
Yes,
right.
that's different.
Exactly.
That's why I tell people, like, if you do real estate and you just cashed out on a deal, show that.
Yeah. Show that, yeah.
Show that.
Yeah. Right.
What I tell people is if you really want to make money, do stuff in real life and teach people how you did it.
That's the easiest way to make money.
But I don't get that part that y'all be talking about. You'll say, yeah, I'm gonna teach you Amazon, I'm gonna teach you Shopify, but you showing Stripe screenshots
and not Shopify,
but not a Shopify but you do econ.
Right. So it makes no sense.
Yeah, like and then that too, another part I really wanted to say was one thing I learned from all these scam allegations, everything, what does all of them have in common? I'm gonna tell you. Everybody is saying, give me money and I'm gonna flip it. Real estate, give me money, I'm gonna flip it. Amazon stores, when people say I'll create you an Amazon store.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. People get greedy and they start biting off more than they can chew.
And the fulfillment ain't there.
But the thing is, here's the thing I hate too. If you can't do it for yourself 10 times, then you can't do it for somebody once.
Right.
I can build my investment account 10 times. Right. So I know I have the ability to show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you got lucky off one Amazon product, you can't do it a third, and you know you can't replicate it, haven't done it again.
Right. Or you got one Airbnb property in the best location in the city.
Thank you.
And now you're a short-term rental guru.
Think about it. If I'm always buying apartment buildings and I decide to run a subscription behind the scenes and saying, I'm going to show you how I bought these apartment buildings, and you know I bought them.
Right.
And then if you go look them up, you see my name. I'm like, look, now I show my real name. Now I own it. This is my address. I show everything. Now I have the ability to say, this is social proof.
Right.
So what I tell people is you can become a guru. Just actually do it.
That's
Just
the problem,
fucking do
though.
it.
People want to start selling this stuff before they get
it.
Bro, I tell people if you want to get rich, you gotta do three things. It's the 3E formula. First, you have to get experience.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can become an expert by showing people your experience, which is social proof. Once you then do those two things, then go educate. Do not educate other people before
you actually master the shit.
Here's the real hack, especially in our world as investors, right? It's like if I shut down my Instagram account, social media today, if you can't make money without the teaching, then you obviously ain't figured it out. If you truly doing real estate, but you can't make money outside of selling the program, then you obviously ain't doing something right. That should be your indicator. If you can't live your lifestyle off of what you do, if you wanted to, then you probably
generate $5,000 to $15,000 a day investing a day,
right?
And people know that about me, and I could literally pull up my phone and show real accounts, real numbers, real all that. If you're an investor, you'll know who's a real investor or not. So I generate real business profits. So some businesses don't even make that $5 to $15K a day, and I make
a lot of businesses don't.
And that's actually like realized profits. Like that's not no overhead, no nothing.
Right.
And this is just day trading profits.
But you know what that does for you though, bro? When you sell to your audience, you're selling genuinely because you really don't need their money.
Right.
Like when you're talking about your community, Honey Drip or whatever, you're like. You was like, look, I know something you don't. You can buy. Whether you buy, you don't buy. I'm good. Money. And I think that's why I think that's why you're so successful in your business because you're selling from your back foot. Like, look, if I don't talk to none of y'all, I'm making $5,000 to $15,000 a day. I'm really doing this for y'all.
I was making before I even started Instagram. I was making $4,000 a month from the Army, $3,000 from cutting hair. 5,000 from investing a month, and what was I making off book sale? Another 5. So I was making 20,000 a month before I even had Aristotle Investments.
Yeah. Got you. So to the people that say, well, if you're making so much money doing what you do, why would you sell a course or a product? What's your response?
I'll tell you because. So here's the thing, believe it or not, I didn't want to start this business. I was thinking the same way, but somebody literally begged please teach me what you do. Because there was no young black man or anybody at that time who was investing in
especially not at your age. No.
Exactly. So I'm making real money. If you go scroll down, you'll see I turned 3,000 into 14,000. So people was really like, how in the world did you do that?
Right.
So I had a real, and Robinhood is no paper trading.
Right.
So
I think that's when I first caught on to you. May have been early pandemic. I was like, yo, that's like 246,000 in that Robinhood account. I was like, who is this young dude? Killing it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's when I first caught on to you.
So it's like I turned 3,000 to 14,000. I'm showing real gains, real all that, right? So Robinhood, believe it or not, is the best marketing tool you can use because people can see weekly, yearly, and they know it's real. It's a difference versus everything else. So they might see a screenshot and you can't fake a Robinhood.
And the average consumer can understand it versus you show like a TV Ameritrade
That's
screenshot.
Why do you think I advertise that Robinhood account now?
Sense.
Because I know you're not going to think it's real unless I do it on Robinhood. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, fuck it. I think this shit is motherfucking game. Pull up the Robinhood account right now. You feel me? This is some real shit, though.
Those receipts.
Because I don't, man, listen, man. I hate when people, we live in an age where it's
you almost have to.
Come on now, bro. This is for real. And look, that's the IRS saying pay taxes. Real shit. That you a tax guy. That yellow form is saying we gonna take 40% of this if you don't tell us. Look, that's 6,000. That's 6,100. And then in my other account, I made 15,000 Friday. So look, I made 6,000. So this is Friday gains. But it was at 13,000, and I also made 15,000 in another account. So I made just investing 20,000.
Yeah.
So I swing from about 5 to 30K a day investing. Right.
Yeah.
And then of course you're gonna have down days. So on average, that's why I say on average, it's from 5 to 15 a day.
Right.
Because the losing days will bring down your averages, of course.
Absolutely.
So even though I made 20,000 today, if I lose 10 tomorrow, then that brings down my average per day. If that makes sense.
No,
you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Sure.
Man, he been dropping some.
This is good, bro.
Gems, man.
This is good, bro.
So yes, I can live off strictly, and you're right. I will still be lit just off investments.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? That is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know I can gross $1 million off just investment, books, and whatever else. I can go start. I'm so smart. I can go open up a storefront somewhere and get that shit booming. I just know how to stay influential.
I've seen you actually talk a lot about, well, not a lot, just I caught it here and there about because you're a fresh guy, you know what I'm saying? People can see the drip, you know what I'm saying? Clean up on aisle 6.
Yeah.
But I've seen you talk about trying to do merchandise collabs or where are you in that journey? Is that something you're still interested in? Or
I am still interested in it. I just gotta have something like this, like a system, a podcast studio, and then I can do that with people, merchandise collabs, stuff like that. Why you ask? You trying to get somebody to support your shit?
Yeah, we're looking for some strategic partners that align.
I would do that. I would do that. In fact, actually, I do have that. I have 85 South. Okay. I'm actually gonna be doing a financial literacy show for them.
Okay, dope.
That's be lit.
Dope. Yes, we'll talk about it offline. We got some creative way. We've been very hesitant because of the space and not knowing who people really are. But you legit, you solidified, man. And we are looking to align with the right people. But one of the questions we always like to ask guests on our show, because and one thing we learned from you in the beginning, you said you diversified, which is why we call our brand Melanin Money. So on the surface, you might hear Black only, but when you think about the spectrum of melanin, right, there's a lot of people of color that fall into that. But we like to know, when you think about you being a melanin millionaire, what does that mean to you?
It was a rapper. He's my favorite rapper. His name Big Crit. He said I had to be a king in my past life because I got a crown in my motherfucking cash, right? You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's I just really think I was a king in my past life.
Dope.
You feel me? I really, I'm pro-black as fuck. In fact, it's to the point where my son won't be allowed to bring anybody but a black woman home. You get what I'm saying? It's like that.
Yeah, that's real.
Me? So, but when it's time, but you got to think, Chinese man say the same shit, but he still got to go get some money.
That's facts.
Yeah. So the Chinese man gonna tell his son, bring a Chinese woman, Chinese boy home. Right. But when it come to getting his money, you could put this fucking Chinese restaurant in the hood and serve black people. You can leave your feelings at the door. That's why I tell people you can be pro-black at home. These folks pro-black. You get what I'm saying?
Streets,
yeah,
pushing out on money.
I mean, I ain't saying don't be black and proud. I'm black and proud, and I'm saying this on camera.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when it comes to this money, you gotta.
They take our money.
Yeah, man, they got a motherfucking hair store. They sell hair to us. They sell food to us.
Yeah.
And I tell people, man, it's so easy to make money that all I would do is just go put stores in their communities. Yeah. Like Jamaicans are doing it. Jamaicans are imperializing, but they're the only black people I see right now practicing imperialism. Let me tell you why. Jamaicans have a restaurant in a lot of countries. I saw one in Hawaii. I saw one in London. I saw one in
London.
You get what I'm saying? I saw one in I think it was Italy too, bro. Like they're imperializing, but Chinese imperialized. They put that's what I'm telling black people. It's so much money out here. We're just not thinking in the right direction. Like for instance, let's just say, you know how y'all said, okay, I don't have to put my market in Atlanta. I can go do this in Dallas. And you know what I told y'all? Y'all are absolutely correct. Right. Some black people will say, well, nah, I got to put it here. Well, I can't afford it, so I'm going to quit. No, go to Savannah, Georgia and go do this. Yeah, if you can't afford it in Atlanta, go to Savannah. So a lot of New Yorkers, especially them, miss out on opportunities because they afraid to leave New York.
Right.
If you afraid to leave somewhere to go make some paper, then you get what I'm saying? I'm only here because Atlanta gets me paper. If Atlanta didn't get me paper, if I was from Dallas or if I was from North Carolina and I saw the paper was in Atlanta, got no choice.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I feel like a lot of people got to move smart. So I always tell people, here's a way to make money. For instance, with a seafood bag. You remember 10, 15 years ago, you can only get seafood bags from maybe 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Now, it's fucking McDonald's.
Every corner.
Everybody got a fucking seafood bag. So I'm telling people that's the easiest way to make money is success has receipts. If I go in California and I see these niggas drink liquor and jump on trampolines, however he making money, and this shit jumping here, he got a fucking long line. Let me go take this shit and put this in Georgia or Nebraska or somewhere. That's what Chinese people do. You can go to Nebraska and I promise you there's gonna be a Chinese restaurant there. You can go to motherfucking Mississippi. It's gonna be a goddamn Chinese restaurant. They don't care. They will put they're imperializing what. So I'm telling black people like, bruh, just go put some shit that's working somewhere else.
So easy. Don't reinvent the wheel.
Just put your own rims on it.
That's just so much money out here, bro.
So much money. They literally print it.
You just gotta act on it. That's really what it is. It's really about acting on it now. Now we got the knowledge. Now we got the systems. Now it's the hard part is getting up off that fucking chair and doing it.
Executing.
That's the hardest part.
What's next for you, brother? As we wrap up, anything you want to share with the people that you can share? You know,
shit, taking over Atlanta is next. That's one of my biggest things, biggest goals. Now this shit is all ego based. The money is there. You know what I'm saying? Now I just gotta show people like this is my fucking city. You feel me? That's rule number 1. That's next. And then more collaborations. More acquisitions. Real estate. Gotta get big into that. And fits in the back ends of my business. Cause some people could look at my account and say, bro, you did this shit perfectly. And all I could think about is what I didn't do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We all go through that. Like somebody look at it from the outside in, damn, bro, you got it going on. Damn, bro, you this, that. Right? And I tell that to people all the time too. Like even the people we look up to. It might look like we want their spot, but you don't know what they going through. To get there.
That's a whole fact.
Like you feel me? Like this nigga's going through real shit.
Family shit, health shit, payroll, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to count the CEO pockets, but how many checks am I sending out? You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't realize. But man, we appreciate you, man, for coming on, dropping some gems that a lot of people don't typically get to hear from you. And we're just excited to be able to continue to build with you. And y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this episode, leave a comment. And you know, tap in. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Make sure y'all tap in what they got going on too.
My guy.
Let's get it.
Peace.
Yeah.